In this video, we're going to talk about the Arbor Westmark rocker. It's a center reverse cambered snowboard with grip tech on the side cut to give added contact points underfoot. It's one of those mid-range park boards with a blunt shape to it, so you can really lock it into presses, but you can still hit jumps. It's versatile enough that you can ride the whole mountain if you want to, and still slay the park. It is a mid-wide, and it's one of those boards that's a flagship in the Arbor lineup. This board features Arbor's rocker system, which is a center reverse camber with added contact points. So what you get is grip tech, 2 contact points right under the insert pack, so you can steer the board right underfoot instead of steering it like you would a traditional board out at the contact points by the tip and the tail. This makes this board a little easier to engage. It's easier to steer with because you're steering right underfoot. That center reverse camber makes pressing a lot easier. You're still going to get pop and snap based on which board has what inside the core. It's one of those things where you have to understand that this camber profile is better for ride and pow. For someone that's going to be a little more laid back, someone that wants a board that they don't have to aggressively load to pop with. It gives skate style snap to it. And by that I mean, rather than having to load the board to get the pop, you roll back and just pop with it. You can pop at the last minute. You're not going to have as great a snap, but you're still going to have decent snap.
Camber.
Rocker.
Camber.
Rocker.
Camber.
Rocker. 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 Camber.
Rocker.
I got you, you little fuck. Got you good.
This board is available in both regular and mid-wide sizes. The flex on this board is softer in the tips, and then it stiffens back up underfoot and gets ever so slightly softer in the middle with a decent amount of torsional give. This makes the board playful and yet still have some response to it. Overall, the stability makes you bend your knees, and you probably will wash out if you charge hard into a mogul field. I know that I have personally numerous times and eaten shit and my ass hurts. That's right, I have butt hurt. Just want everyone to know that. This board caused me serious butt hurt over the years. But it's still playful and fun and responsive where you need it to be. You might think with this board being reverse camber from the center that it wouldn't have great snap. You'd be wrong. This board actually pops really well. Almost as good as its camber counterpart. You can load it up very last minute off the tail and snap. You don't have to load it like you do with traditional camber. This board has enough pop to ollie slow signs, to go into the park and ollie up onto urban rails with ease, and it carries over to how this board hits jumps, small, medium, or large. Granted, large you want to be a little more centered on because if you're in the back seat, you're going to wheelie down the landing. Medium jumps are really where this board handles itself very well. It's got enough stability and pop in it to really let you send it and just work your way up as you're progressing. Super blunt shape and reverse camber. 2 things that go together hand in hand when you're trying to make a board that can really butter and jib. You've got a big platform for locking into presses, whether you're on the snow or a feature. You can just get up and over it with minimal ease. You just roll into it, you're on your nose, you're on your tail, whatever, and you can swivel and sizzle on this board. It's a board that locks in, but you can still snap out of anything you're doing with ease. It doesn't fight you, but there's pop and rebound right where you need it. So one of the cool things about this board is that it has Arbor's grip tech, which is added contact points right underfoot, which with any reverse camber board, you want added contact underfoot. That's how you're going to steer it. You're going to steer underfoot instead of out at the contact points like you would with traditional camber. So by bringing that back in, you've got this contact point that really lets you lock into a carve and steer it. This board is easy to engage. It rolls from side to side with very minimal effort. And then when you're on that, if you really want to drive the carve at the last minute, you can center flex the board and springboard it through the arc of the turn. This is the type of board that really lets you drive a carve how you want, when you want. If you want to be more long and drawn out, don't center flex the board. If you're going through a long carve and suddenly want to change the apex of it, aggressively flex the middle of that board by driving the back knee in, and you're going to notice that it'll slingshot right out of the turn. This is that type of board where it's good where it needs to be. You can lay Euro carves on it and it won't necessarily wash out unless you're on firm or super icy snow. Now, I've owned 4 of these boards, so obviously I'm a little partial to it. I do love the way this thing rides. So who's this board for? Well, it's for someone that doesn't want traditional camber but still likes having snap and response from their board. It's for someone that likes to ride the whole mountain as a skate park, someone that's out there really doing their thing, ollie and slow signs, cat track gaps, side hits, and still going through the park. Could it be a quiver of one? Hell yeah, it could. I did it for years with this board. The ladies' equivalent is the paparazzi.
Alright, it's time to compare the Arbor Westmark Rocker to more boards that we tested. So what boards are comparable to it? The Dinosaurs Will Die Geno, the K2 Fast Plant, the GNU Space Case, the Flow Era, the Marhar Regent, and the Capita Outer Space Living.
Alright, so now you've decided what snowboard you're going to get, and you're going to decide where you're going to buy it. If you're shopping local, awesome. Slap your local shop guys a high five and tell them they're killing it. But for those of you that are buying online, why don't you shop from one of the links we have down below? That way you support us and you get a deal on your snowboard.
Don't forget to subscribe to our channel. That way you can see all the relevant or irrelevant snowboarding content that we're putting out for you guys. So smash that bell down below. That way you're getting a notification. And I'll see you guys in another video.
Kill you. Kill you, you little shit.
Fucking sock puppets. Never work with sock puppets.